Chapter 14. Preparation. Deep in the stacks of the Alpha House library, Jennings' shocking admission hangs in the air between you. I'm your soulmate? Your heart gives a hard, erratic thump, and you reach for something solid to hold on to as the room and your world spins. How long have you known? Jennings says nothing, turns away when you try to catch his eye. Rage erupts inside you, and you let go with a furious shout. Answer me, damn it. How long have you known that we're soulmates? I think a part of me knew. The moment we met. Isn't this good news? It means that what we're feeling is real. More than real, it's fate. You don't have to be afraid of what we have anymore. You don't understand, do you? This is exactly why I can't give in to my feelings for you. I've got a pack to lead. I don't have time for this. For what, for me? Tell people are depending on me. I'm not going to let you destroy me. Destroy you? Channing, do you really think? And I'm not going to let myself destroy you. Listen to me. I'm sick of your excuses. A wave of repressed anger rushes out of you like a hurricane. You're a stubborn ass who is always going to find a reason to push me away. Do you like being angry? Alone? Is that it? Or are you afraid of sharing your precious burden of being in the Alpha? Kayla said when an Alpha finds her soulmate, they lead together. You haven't even passed the test of the Blood Moon and already you think you can be the Alpha? Lets out a bitter laugh and you watch his eyes go cold and steely. How could you be my soulmate? You're a fool. The scorn in his voice, the pain hiding behind those cold eyes, your cheeks burn with rage, and you search for the words to shout at him. I know you don't mean that, and another thing. There's a knock from behind you, and you both spin to find Lupe peering at you cautiously around the edge of the bookcase. What? Sorry, boss, but can you put the little cage match on hold for a second? The twins, they just found something. Curiosity and dread fill you in equal measure, but you seize his arm when he tries to walk away. This discussion isn't even close to over. With an angry grunt, he jerks his arm from your grasp and stalks off. You return to the table to find everyone hovering over Romy and Samira as they type furiously away at their keyboards. So, I was going through all the mail traffic through the house server the night we left for Colorado. Found this email. It looks like a bunch of numbers. That's what it looks like, but they're actually GPS coordinates. And when we plug them in... they're for the lodge. So it was one of the pack. Can you tell who sent it? I'm working on it, but whoever it is covered their tracks pretty well. Work harder then. The entire pack is in danger. Don't take it out on her. She's doing the best she can. Instantly, you see the remorse in his eyes. He takes a deep breath and mumbles. Sorry, there's just a lot riding on this. Channing, I don't know if this means anything, but these old lore books I've been cataloging, a couple of them are missing. Which ones? Well, that's the scary part. They're the ones that have to do with werewolf vulnerabilities. Channing growls and starts to respond, but Samira cuts him off with a loud gasp. I got it, but you're not gonna like the answer. You all crowd around her, craning to get a look at the name on the screen. Randy sent the emails. I knew he was up to something. While the others stare in stunned silence, Channing snarls and bolts out of the library. Channing, wait! You take off after him, barely able to keep up as he tears through the house in a murderous rage, all the way up to the door of Randy's dorm. Randy, get your sorry ass out here right now! When there's no answer, he yanks fiercely on the knob. It's locked. We should find a key. I've got all the keys to the house. Hold on a second. Lupe runs to her room and then back in a minute, carrying a large, jangly keyring. She finds the right one, turns the lock. But before she can even open it, Channing roughly shoulders past her into the room. Randy's side of the room is a mess. Bed unmade, floor cluttered with clothing, soda cans, food containers. I don't think he's cleaned in weeks. Tear the place apart. I want to know everything he's been up to. I'll search his desk. The clutter papers on the desk reveals nothing, but when you click through the open tabs on his computer... Why is he searching antidotes for lycanthropy? Is that even a thing? Channing, come look at... Look, the missing books are here, along with a bunch of notes on how to administer silver poisoning. Asher and Lupe come skidding to a halt in the doorway, their faces flushed and angry. We found him. I'm gonna kill that little... No. The quiet rage and command in Channing's voice stops them in their tracks. If we're doing this, we're doing it right. Gather the pack. We're gonna put this traitor on trial. A few minutes later, you enter the common room to find Randy struggling wildly against two members of the pack holding him down. Let me go, I can explain, I swear. Randy freezes. He sees the cold rage on Channing's face. He tosses the book of poisonings and lands with a hollow thump on the floor at Randy's feet. We found that in your room. We found the email too. You know, the one that had the GPS coordinates for the lodge. Frantically, Randy looks around the room, eyes pleading for help. He lets out an awkward laugh. Come on, guys, this is a joke. Someone must have planted it. Someone... His gaze settles on you. He narrows his eyes and growls. Someone like Tal. You set me up, you traitorous... Enough. Channing's shout echoes off the walls. Randy flinches, turning sickly white, sweat begins to bead on his forehead. The truth, Randy. Now. Okay. I told them where to find the lodge, but I swear, I didn't know they were going to attack. What did you think they were going to do? Bring you hot cocoa? Randy. You can't seriously be that naive. Of course he's not. He's trying to worm his way out of it like he always does. He's a coward. I'm a coward. Pretty sure you're the one who ran away with your tail between your legs. With a wordless howl of rage, Lupe lunges for him as the pack struggles to restrain her. Lupe, control yourself. The growl of defiance, she takes a last swipe at Randy before allowing Asher and Cal to pull her away. Why, Randy? Just tell me why. Because they said they had a cure. I never wanted to transform. My parents forced me to do it. Forced me to risk my life, become a freak. All because of some stupid family legacy. So when the hunters said they could make me normal, you're damn right I helped them. The room erupts with shouts of outrage and calls for vengeance. Kill him. Bite his throat out for what he did. What? No. You can't do that. Oh. Can't I? With a deafening snarl, Channing bursts into wolf form. Randy lets out a terrified scream as the alpha stalks towards him, claws raking furrows in the hardwood floor. Channing, wait. You're not a murderer. He stops, and the sight of his yellow eyes, burning with fury, sends a shiver of primal fear down your spine. No, but I am a killer. And if anyone deserves to die, it's him. That's the werewolf talking. It's what I am, Tal. You're more than that. You're a leader. I know your heart. And I know that if you give in to your anger now, you'll regret it. With a snarl, he bares his teeth and sticks his muzzle hard in Randy's face. A slow, menacing growl rumbles in his chest. Randy cowers, squeezes his eyes shut, waiting for the deadly snap of Channing's jaw, but then... Get out! Randy opens his eyes, blinking, not quite believing what he heard. What? I said get out, and never show your sorry face here again. He hesitates a moment, then scrambles to his feet and pushes his way through the crowd, escaping out the front door. A breathless hush settles across the room, pierced suddenly by Channing's howl of anguish. When the entire pack joins in, you reach out your hand to comfort him. Channing. No. Knocking your hand away with a toss of his head, he whips around and bounds out of the room. You sigh and follow him up the stairs. You take a minute to collect yourselves before knocking softly on his door. Channing, you know I'm not going to let you sulk on your own. Your ears pick up something between a cough and a grunt. You sigh and slowly push open the door. You spot Channing standing at the window, silhouetted by the afternoon light. Hey, talk to me. This isn't something you can help with. Not if you keep shutting me out. I don't want to argue. I didn't come here to argue. I came to make sure you're okay. Well, I'm not. People died because of me. I came this close to ripping out an Alpha Tau's throat in front of the whole pack. But you didn't. You kept your cool, and you banished him instead. It might not be much better. When his family finds out they disown him, for a werewolf, losing your pack is a fate worse than death. Yeah, but he doesn't want to be a werewolf, so... I don't think I realized until now how hard being the alpha is. You're a damn good one, Channing. Don't you dare blame yourself for the choices Randy made. How could I not blame myself? I should have known what was going on. I took my eye off the ball, people got killed. If I hadn't been so distracted by... By what? You see a guilty shadow flicker in his eyes before he turns away and stalks to the other side of the room. By what, Channing? Now's not the time for this discussion. It seems like it's never the right time for you. I know that stuff with Randy was a lot, but I also just found out less than an hour ago that I'm your soulmate. He turns to you, the blaze in his eyes sending an electric charge racing down your spine. Do you realize that tomorrow night is the blood moon? Don't worry about me. I just spent 2 days dodging crazed, crossbow-wielding hunter-killers. I'm not about to sweat a little werewolf ritual. And that attitude is exactly what has me worried. This isn't just some ritual, Tal. You could die. Is that why you didn't tell me we're soulmates? Nothing is worth risking your life, Tal. That's my decision to make. With a frustrated growl, Channing grabs a book off his desk and sits down on the bed. His voice is suddenly firm, commanding, without a trace of anger or fear. Come, sit next to me. You raise an eyebrow at him, skeptical, but you obey nonetheless. I know you well enough by now. When you get that look in your eye, there's no use talking you out of what you want. So this old wolf can learn new tricks. You know, there's no way in hell I would let anyone get away with those remarks like that, right? You laugh and lean into him, touching your knees and shoulders together. It's a relief to feel some levity from with him again. Alright, so tell me about the book you're holding so carefully. This is a book of werewolf lore, with an entire chapter dedicated to the Blood Moon ritual. I've been neglecting to teach you more about the Blood Moon because I've been in denial. In denial of what? Never mind, man. The point is that I've been neglecting my duties as an alpha, and it's time I fixed that. I want you to be prepared. I want you to stay safe. He takes one of your hands in his and squeezes. The strength in his grip steadies the confusion swirling in your heart. All I ask is that before you make your final decision, please read this chapter with me and learn more about the risks of transforming. ease his nerves and prepare for your transformation by learning more about it. I'm ready. Scoot in closer to him and put an arm around his waist, examining the book. The lettering on the page is old, almost archaic. You run your fingers over the soft brown leather cover, the foxed edges of paper. The leather is almost as soft as you. That's from hundreds of years of use. It's been part of the Alpha Tau library since the fraternity was founded. What's it called? What to expect when you're expecting to become a werewolf? Channing shakes his head, but you see a small smile creep into his lips. Come on, Tal, you need to take this seriously. I think some teacher-student roleplay would help. I know I'm being naughty. Maybe I need a firm hand to guide me. You slide your hand up his leg, teasing along the inner thigh. What are you gonna do to make me pay attention? Maybe a good spanking would help. Better take a chance now. After I transform, I don't think you'll be able to hold me down anymore. Wanna bet? He grabs you by the shoulders and tosses you over one knee as you squirm and laugh. Playfully resist, he gives you 3 firm spanks on the ass and then sits you back on the bed. There, ready to pay attention now? Yes, sir. Should have made it 6. What, it's a good and solid number. Channing begins reading in a voice that is somehow both sultry and authoritative. You lean on his shoulder and close your eyes as you take in his words. Upon the eve of the blood moon, the pack, steadfast in tradition, shall conduct the initiate with grave solemnity to consecrate place. It's sexy hearing you get all ye old and... He suppresses a chuckle and continues. That all may bear witness to the formidable transformation destined to intertwine their existence with the lineage of the lupine. Translation? The entire pack will accompany you to the ceremonial space and witness the transformation. And where is this ceremonial space? Is it somewhere secluded? I don't want to be anywhere near us people. I couldn't live with myself if I hurt anyone. Of course. It's our most sacred and private ritual. You can't risk any outsider discovering what happens in there. So, what happens in the ceremonial space stays in the ceremonial space? Something like that. And is there a reason you've never taken me to this secluded place for some fun? It's sacred. Trust me, once you see it, you will not get any sexy vibes. As a rule, we don't clean the blood from past incidents. I'm guessing the room is behind the padlocked door. Correct. Describe it for me so I can visualize what it might feel like being there. He turns a page and begins to read again, his words forming a picture in your mind's eye. There shall be a designated special chamber dedicated solely to the ritual of the blood moon transformation. This chamber shall be situated in the deepest recesses of our fraternity house, hidden from the prying eyes of outsiders. Oh wow, so even back then they were wary. Upon the hollowed walls of this chamber, iron chains and clamps shall be affixed with solemn precision. These are not instruments of torture, but of safety, designed to restrain those initiates who, during the ritual, succumb to their primal urges. Instruments of restraint, huh? Sounds kinda hot. I always knew you had a kinky side. Laid meticulously upon the stone floor, a circle of candles shall be arrayed, their illumination guiding each novitate through their metamorphosis. Novitate. That's a new word for me. I can really picture it. I'll let you choose which section we read next. Teach me about... I'm hoping we can go through all 3, so let's go with Ritual Potion. When the blood moon reaches its zenith, the initiate shall be presented with sacred chalice. from which they are to partake of the potion. What is it? Another one of Asher's fresh blood rum punches? No. It's an elixir of herbs specially designed to enhance a werewolf's telepathic abilities and send them into a waking dream. So, I'll be hallucinating. Kinda, in a way. But, yeah, anyway. No, you'll be dreaming, but a lucid dream, one that can kill. Oh. Okay, so deeper than a lucid dream. Teach me about the dream quest. Might as well do it in order. The waking dream is naught but a sojourn of the soul, compelling the initiate to face their darkest fears and thereby assert mastery over the savage creature that stirs within. What kind of fears are we talking about? That I can't tell you. Everyone's experience is different, so whatever personal demons lurk in your mind, that's what you'll have to face and defeat. Well, I've been doing that for most of my life, so... But if it's all in my mind, where's the danger? Sometimes our worst enemies live in our heads, Tal. And if you can't conquer them, you'll be trapped in a perpetual nightmare. Yep. Going feral. Should the initiate fail to master their innermost fears and embrace the beast within, they shall be overtaken by an implacable bloodlust. Having devolved into a state of untamed ferocity, it becomes the solemn and lamentable duty of the pack to end the life of the afflicted. Wow, that's bleak. Yeah. It's like the thing that makes you just doesn't come back. The shadow of pain in his eyes makes your heart ache. You reach out to him, gently cupping his face in your hand. That won't happen to me, Channing. I promise. I know who I am. We all think we do, but you don't, not really. Not until you face what's inside. Alright, I get it. It's dangerous, but I'm going through with it no matter what. And if I refuse to let you? What happened to you accepting my decision? You gave me your word. He slams the book shut and stands up with a growl. He just doesn't want to lose you as a soulmate. I won't stand back and watch you risk your life. You did it. Lupe, Asher did it. Why is it any different? They're not you. Called it. Channing, don't you believe in me? Of course I do, but things have changed. How? I'm still the same person I was when we met. The person you said had potential. Yes, but I've changed. That's not my problem. Besides, this isn't about you. Isn't it? Don't you realize what you do affects me? That it will affect me for the rest of my life? If you die, I can't just go find another mate. That's what being a soulmate means. It's all or nothing. Channing, I never asked for this, you know. I never asked for a soulmate. And right now I wish I didn't have one. His words land like a punch to the gut. Well, I never asked for one either. Believe it or not, Channing, my decision to transform has nothing to do with you. You can feel the anger building inside you, Channing's constant evasions, his inability to commit to anything but pleasing you in bed. You stand up. I'm gonna do this whether you like it or not. And if you don't have the guts to admit to anyone else that I'm your soulmate, then we might as well just end things here. Tal. It reaches for you, but you twist away and storm out, slamming the door decisively behind you. You return to your room, Channing's words still ringing in your ears. You sit at the edge of your bed, seething. Why can't he accept what I want that I want him? The door bangs open, Channing stalks in, chest heaving. He stares at you with wild, gold fire eyes. You can't just walk off in the middle of a discussion. Why? You do it all the time. What else was there to say? You basically told me you don't want me anymore. That's not what I meant. This breaking up isn't what I want. Then, figure out what you want. I'm done being someone you can just have fun with at your leisure. I never said that's all you mean to me. Maybe not, but your actions speak for themselves. I'm tired of waiting around like an idiot for crumbs of affection. He visibly flinches as though you just struck him in the chest. Is that really how you felt all this time? How else am I supposed to feel? I've given you everything I have. If you really cared... Don't you get it? I do care. More than I ever wanted to. More than I thought I could. That's the problem. When I met you, all I could see was your potential. He begins to pace, the words tumbling out, almost unbidden from his mouth. When I invited you to Pledge Alphatel, I didn't think too much about the fact that you could die. But now it's all I think about. It consumes me all this time I've tried not to admit. He trails off, looking miserable. You step closer to him and try to catch his gaze. Say it, Channing. For once, tell me how you really feel. I love you, Tal. I love you so much it scares the hell out of me. If I accept that I'm your soulmate and the Blood Moon ritual kills you, I think it'll kill me too. Channing, I love you too. He lifts his head to look at you, his eyes shining with emotion. Hearing you say that should make me happy, but instead, all I can think is that I've damned you to a life of danger, a life of risk. Bull. You didn't damn me in anything. I chose to love you. And there's nothing you can say that will change my mind. So, enough pushing me away, okay? Enough trying to fight what's between us. I'm in this, 100%. We belong to each other, Channing, whether you like it or not. And suddenly, he has you in his arms. He captures your lips in a passionate, searing kiss. Your head spins as his hands travel the length of your back, settling on your backside. You gasp when his tongue enters your mouth. I never want to be apart from him, not ever again. You take his face in your hands and kiss his cheeks, his brow, his lips. He growls, his eyes going dark. Take Channing to bed. We both need comfort. So basically, we're gonna bounce chicka wow wow. We all know where that's going to lead, so for once, I'm sorry, because we're gonna end up having to remove most of it anyway, because of YouTube. With a warm smile, you press your forehead to his. He breathes heavily, still holding you tight. I'll say this as many times as I need to. You aren't your past, Channing. Neither am I. He sighs, his tightly wound muscles relax as you soothe him. Is it too much to ask for you to be my future, then? That's not too much to ask at all. And there, on your small dorm room bed, you pull him into your arms and you feel, finally, that you're at home. I believe that is actually the proper way to have that scene. You don't know when you fall asleep, but it's already nighttime when you open your eyes again. Channing's arm is draped across your body. You smile and kiss his forehead, content to fall back asleep until a telltale red glow shines eerily through the window. The blood moon is coming. By this time tomorrow, I'll be a werewolf. Or I'll be dead. Short and sweet chapter. No surprise there. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Remember that if you do enjoy the work that I do here, especially the fact that I have to pay for VIP and whatnot to bring it to you, as well as the voices, the reading, etc., please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Also leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts, and also check out the description of the video. Plenty to check out there and ways to become more of a part of this family, this community that we have here. With that being said, once again, thank you all for watching. Here's something that maybe you guys could take back to Pixelberry, or any app, really. A lot of the apps have, like, this thing where we don't really do it, right? We don't really do it. We do the bow chicka wow wow, we do things right before it, but we never do the one thing that I'm sure that each and every one of you listening right now want more than anything in the world. Snuggling and cuddling. I know, I'm a guy saying this. It's the one thing I noticed that not just Choices, but other apps are guilty of not doing. Having intimate moments that aren't just all about the bounce chicka wow wow, right? We miss some steps. And for those of us who like romance, real romance, for those of us who like real love, there's none of that, right? There's no snuggling and cuddling and bonding and talking and, you know, letting your heart and your mind and everything bare in those moments that can lead to the Battle Chicka Wow Wow or moments after it. None of that ever happens, right? The snuggling, the cuddling, the soft kisses, the caresses, the things of like holding and just just getting more comfortable and kind of like feeling like you're one with the person, that you're looking into their eyes and things like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just the hopeless romantic in me. But I don't know. At least I have to say for not picking the diamond choice, because we know where that would have led. Sorry for those of you who are like, oh my god, why didn't you pick it? Because if you guys haven't realized by now, every other channel on the planet has to remove those types of scenes as well. I know that some people offer them in what is also, by the way, according to YouTube terms and service and guidelines, that is also very bad, and their channel can be terminated if YouTube ever got wind of it. Sorry to tell you this, but it's one of the reasons why I don't cover all of it. Now, this is something that I'll let all of you kind of stir on. We do have that purple thing in the bottom left there, that I do stream on. Now, one of the things that I don't do is choices on that platform. I used to. Not many people tuned in at all. And I did that for a few months, and then I kind of just retired it because I also did chapters as well. And what I would do is I would stream these videos live, showing that I didn't use voice alterations or anything, and then I would post it on YouTube after I did it. It's a little bit more work for me, but for those of you who actually did tune in, actually genuinely did enjoy it. It's something that on Twitch, these types of scenes would be allowable, and I would be able to do the full playthroughs, but, again, it's just something I'm throwing out there. Besides that, once again, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful... Oh, excuse me. Love your beautiful faces. Once again, thanks again. I can't ever reiterate that enough for watching. It means a lot to me, really, each and every one of you that tune in. So, catch you all later. Peace out.